Page 3 of our review, we are going to go back and forth between radical and exponential form. Okay, so remember that when you have fraction powers, okay, the bottom is the index of the root. So this is m to the third, and it's the fifth root of that. Okay, here we would have the square root, because 2 is on the bottom, of 7x to the third. Yes, you do have to put those parentheses there. Otherwise, it says just x to the third power and not the whole thing, 7x to the third power. All right, now we have a negative root. To make roots positive, we move them to the bottom of a fraction. So that would be 1 over 10r to the 3/4. And then to rewrite that as a radical, it would be 1 over the 4th root of 10r to the third power. Here we're going the opposite direction. We're writing them in exponential form, so changing the root back to a fraction. Okay, the square root, that's 5a to the 1/2 power. Here I have x to the 7, and then my index is 3, because it's a cube root, so 7 over 3. This one, I would have on the bottom 1 over n to the 7 over 4, and then I know that that is a negative exponent because it's on the bottom of a fraction, so it would be n to the negative 7 over 4. Okay, and then we can use that information to be able to simplify some expressions. So the rule, remember, when I have a power raised to another power, is to multiply those things. So 8 times 3/2. Okay, so this is equivalent to a to the 12th power. Okay, here I'm going to rewrite the decimal as a fraction. So I have 25b to the 6th. All right, and negative 1/2 is negative 3/2. That is, to get rid of the negative part, I have to change it to a fraction. So I have 1 over 25b to the 6th to the 3/2 power. Okay, 25 to the 3/2 I'm going to do in my calculator. And remember, we're going to use like the little caret button and then put the root in parentheses. So I would type in my calculator 25 caret parentheses 3 over 2, close the parentheses, and that's going to give me 125. All right, remember this is all under 1. And then b to the 6th raised to the 3/2. I'm just going to multiply those two numbers. So 6 times 3/2 would give me 9. So 1 over 125b to the 9th. Okay, again here, same thing. So 27 to the 5/3 power, you're going to do that in your calculator. And we should wind up with 243 there. Okay, and then for p to the 6 to the 5/3, I'm going to multiply 6 times 5/3, and that's going to give me p to the 10th power. All right, here I have a whole bunch of things to multiply. So the coefficients, the 2, the 4, and the 4, they are going to get multiplied. So 2 times 4 is 8, times 4 is 32. And then my exponents, the rule is they're going to get added together. So 2 plus 3/2, and then minus 2. Okay, well, I know 2 minus 2 is 0, and 0 plus 3/2 would be 3/2. So 32 to the 3/2, and then put that in your calculator. And because it is a decimal number, we're going to leave it like this as 32 to the 3/2. All right, so same thing here, 3b to the 1/2 times b to the 4/3. My coefficient here is 1, so 3 times 1 would be 3. And then I need to add 1/2 plus 4/3, which is 11 over 6. So I have 3 times b to the 11 over 6. All right, and then last one, we're going to divide. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then x squared divided by x to the 1/2. The rule for division is we subtract the exponents. So 2 minus 1/2 would leave me with x to the 3/2.